our intention tonight to bring forth those from the past who have an interest in bringing forth evidence to this physical world that spirit exists, that we as human beings, divine human beings, are able to make connections and to communicate with those in spirit. Our intention tonight is also to bring forth, without a shadow of a doubt, evidence and proof that we are divine beings of light. Is this all of our intentions?
Yes.
And so it is. Soak in her energy. Say her name to yourself. Open your heart. Look in her eyes. And invite her to speak with you. Did she lose a little girl or anything?
That I don't know of. Most of what we know about her, at least her work in this field, was later on in life.
Mm-hmm. There's something very strongly about a particular girl that was significant to her. There's a window, there's a really strong window. I'm seeing looking outside the window. There's lots of trees around. The wind is blowing. It's nighttime. If there's chill, it's cold. I can look through the room. It's like it's hardwood floors. It's very small room. But as I can see, there's another room, and there's a really tall Christmas tree. So it must be shown around Christmas time, the time of year in which it either became her idea or began, or she made that decision too. But I see her in a contemplative mode at that time. She feels like she's in a place of feeling, she's showing me there's a sadness about her. There's a desperation or a sadness. So I feel like she's showing me that it's out of, there's either some trauma or some sadness or some loss. There's something that's around it as she's sitting in there that pulled her into, it's like giving her that push to do what she needed to do.
One of the questions I have. Sarah, your book, Voices of Eternity, has inspired me and many others. I think all of us here are probably very anxious to find the answers to some of the same questions that you were asking of the other side before you crossed over. Can you share some of what you've learned since crossing over?
She showed me like a bubble, like a balloon, and then you pop, like, it's kind of like you know what's in that balloon. You see like a balloon that has stuff inside of it. And it's like, it's there, you can see it, but it's always, it's not clear though. Like, right now she's showing me blue. Like, if you have a blue balloon, and there's like a castle and a home and like a whole world that's inside the balloon, but you can't really see it clearly because it's shaded with blue, like it has this film, okay? Although you know that castle and that world and these people, it's like a whole new world she's showing me that's in that balloon. You know that it's in there, and you're trying to see, but the window's not clear. And then when it finally busts out, it's like you know it, but you can't, it's almost like seeing through a haze, okay? But then she showed me that the balloon pops. And when the balloon pops, all the haze goes away. And then she showed me how beautiful the colors are. She said the world is so beautiful. It's like everything became bright. Everything's beautiful. Her emotions welled up. It's like just the most beautiful experience to know that now I can see it. And so it's very light, very easy. Working in the energies is very light and very easy. Like trying to talk through wood, it's very dense. You can't hear, it's muffled, it's so thick. Trying to talk to people, she's just giving me a sense it's dense like wood. And she's putting it up to her mouth. She's like trying to talk through the wood and you can't, it's like it doesn't go through, it's so thick, it's so dense, it's so solid. So it's very difficult. And when she says a communication that she's learned since she's crossed over, what makes it flow is that communication is communicated through within, not from outside source. She says that's not how you do it. You don't need things. And that's what she's learned. It's disappointing. It's disappointed with the state of the world today. He's seeing as in his energy, he had such vision for the world, had such vision for America. He thought we would be so much further than we are right now. Patrick, was he into communicating with other beings?
It was rumored that he was working on an invention, a kind of phone to speak to the other side. That was kind of toward the end of his life.
More of other planetary beings. He's showing me like a connection, and I'm feeling government, and like a telephone connection to other planetary beings. So there is already established communication, but it's not like to spirit, it's to other planetary beings. In the energy of Thomas Edison, there is an energy about him that has great pride in humanity, has very scientific. It's almost like he's like one of the fathers, or it's like the grandfather of us all.
Well, I was gonna see. This is his first patent. Let's see if maybe he could tell us what his first patent was. I also have his last patent.
He created a device or came up with some device. Okay, this is when you get something in the ear. It's either something you put in the ear or have in the ear that's supposed to enhance your hearing. He says that if you knew how, but you had the capability of your body energy to power that. If we progressed and it wasn't stopped, he figured we'd be there by now. You know, he goes, then I saw a dolphin. You know how like dolphins have different frequencies and tones and sounds, and the hearing of the speech and the animal's speech and the tones of how they make the sound.
Right before you said dolphins, that's what I picked up. Dolphin just popped in my head.
Just before crossing over, Thomas mentioned to his physician, "It is very beautiful over there." Can you describe what you are seeing and what can we expect to see when we cross over?
Did you mention a big door? Prior to that, getting there, there was energy of lots of magenta color all around. It was almost like that was kind of the fog. Magenta, hearing sounds, hearing music, almost like that sent him to.
I just saw the visual of an X.
Okay. An X reminds me of a treasure or journey or map of some sort. He's showing me it's a male energy that greeted him, that he saw, feels younger than him, but it's like someone he hadn't seen in a long time, that he was very connected to, almost like either a brother's or, but the male looks young, like I would say 30s. Looks young, but this particular one went a lot sooner than he did. So they met up and journeyed together.
Helen Duncan.
So right now I'm picking up, whoever I'm picking up with this is, there's a strong connection to England. It feels that way, or a town that's like that, but there's a very English feel.
It says 1930s and 1940s. She was traveling the length of wartime Britain, giving regular seances in hundreds of spiritualist churches and home circles.
In Britain?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there you go. There's some connection with her with university. There's a very strong male energy in her. And there's something in her, I didn't know if she dressed as a male for something, or dressed as a male to enter into a college, a university. Is that she played the role of someone else?
Well, she spent time in a prison.
As female, as male, or had to pretend to be male. There's something
I don't know anything about that. I think she was herself in prison.
Of a very male environment, to where she had to hard, like, power, carry that male power, almost like she had to become like male in that. So it's almost like changing identities to be part of something that she's shown that's in there. Her just connection to psychiatry, a psycho ward, or psychology, nurse. I've seen like nursing, it's like medical, but there's something to the brain.
I do know that her husband, for most of the time they were married, her husband, she had to take care of him. She had to like nurse him. He was had some medical problems, and
there's a lot of psychosis.
She was well known for her physical phenomena and trance. A lot of that in her mediumship.
Would one equate that to schizophrenia? Very solid, very strong energy. Not much of a talker.
Mm.
Did she channel a male?
It doesn't say anything about a control entity that she, on a normal basis, went into trance for.
There's something with her, it's like she had transformed to be male. So possibly back then they thought that she was, or was psychotic, or had psychosis, because if she was in trance and channeled through, there's like another body in her, or possessed as more male. I ask her now, okay? You're just gonna sit and relax. It's getting really sweaty and hot. All in my body, I'm just like, everything's sweating. It's hot like I'm on fire. But I will not let anyone, I don't do channeling. My right ankle started hurting too. And she had something with her right ankle. I think she's trying to mess with me. Keep hearing, I'm energy, I'm energy, I'm energy.
Got some itchiness in my throat.
She feels if I had to say whether she was a very spiritual person, of light, connecting with God, having a very strong religious base, to one of a religious base of a spirituality of love, I would say no. It was more, it wasn't necessarily light.
Mm-hmm. I don't know that it was anything that was like that. I just know that it says it brought comfort to thousands, the work she did.
Okay. I'm feeling a little bit of lower energy with it. And that's all I can say is what that is. That's just what I'm getting. That's just what I'm getting. So what I'm getting with him. There's a strong pull with Nazi Germany. In that time, I'm hearing marching. There's some significance with that. I get a feeling of if Hitler, Germany, Nazis, what I'm seeing marching, seeing that time period. There's a connection in with that, but I just keep hearing marching for whatever reason, like soldier marching. Is he connected in that time period or associated within that?
One of the sentences in this description says that he was in exile following the Soviet reconquest of Latvia in World War II.
And he's giving me, and it's not like he's in Germany or time period, that's the reference to it, so that helps me understand where that's at. So this is his way of bringing back some evidence or something relating that that's him.
Or legal popped in my head.
Legal?
Legal.
Mm-hmm. You wouldn't define him as outgoing. He spent a lot of time within or quiet. Alone time. Did he work with astral travel or dreams of any sort? And he's showing me him laying in a bed. He's laying in bed. More in the younger years, because I don't see him as older. He's showing me younger, so he might have started that way, because I'm actually seeing more of this as a youth, maybe 10, 13. That's what he looks like, but he's showing me as a youth, laying in a bed. But it's almost like that's where he practiced. Feels very close to his mother. I don't know if he was taken from her, separated from her, or something happened to her. The vision that he's throwing to me is like she's dancing in the fields and was young and vibrant and that, but there's like, she's not with him. Like there's a disconnect, so he's bringing through his connection with his mother. Frequencies in the air are different. The EVP feels like old. It's like it's not calibrated. There's something there's a word like calibrating. It's like it's heavy bars. It's more thick. Mm-hmm. Bar meaning frequency waves. Then I see in bright light, which is like the now, which is like the way it is. Very thin particles. It's like sheer, because out of a device or so in the air, it's like a whole different wave that spirit is in, that energy is in. So there's a difference between old, there's something thick, and now it's very thin, like mist, like particles, like I see luminescent. He's saying something like there's old stuff, like it's almost like he's throwing it in trash or junking. It's like he showed me something else that's new, that's different, that's bright, that's shiny. Like, why don't we get there? Why do we hang on to the old stuff? There's like heavy and there's mist. It's a whole different frequency. The calibration's different. The energy is different. Mm-hmm. The energy of spirit is different. Everything is changed.
Reports from many paranormal people that he's come back. He's made phone calls, spirit phone calls. Mm-hmm. That people have reported. And he's been reported to work with a group called the Time Stream Group on the other side. That a lot of...
He seems very frustrated with this. like throw it.
Our
You said put it in a
process.
box. Put it in a box. Put it in a box. We even as people are moving on, our body, our DNA, our frequencies, our cells are different. So there's something, and I don't know anything about calibration. There's something that we're not. It's like you're only getting the thick bars, but there's a whole new level that we're not picking up on. And so we're actually like the machines, like calibrating, because the body is tuning to where these instruments are, as the body and our DNA and our cells are raising into vibration and getting these new vibrations, we're changing. That's why you're getting more people able to communicate, and it's getting easier. But the machines are not. They're not changing.
Not as needed.
They're not. Well, they're not as needed. The more people are able to do, it's not picking up on the frequencies of what the body's changed to.
This will be interesting. This is Eileen Garrett.
I like her energy a lot. She's very light. Her energy feels very fairy like, pixie like. But she feels very light. Her energy is very light. First thing comes through, she's definitely, her soul and her being is a light worker. There's also healing arts with her, healing energy with her. Getting a little bit of a Hollywood kind of thing with her. Or media of some sort with it. Was she famous?
Not in that Hollywood way, but I'm not sure. I mean, just from what
Does
I've
she
read
have
of
her little entourage or group? Or there's something about her that's like almost like celebrity with people that look up to her like she was, whoa. Is she the medium? Very drawn. People are very drawn to her. Very drawn to her energy and her light.
As a medium, you were involved in a lot of scientific experiments. Your health was reportedly affected by many of your trance sessions. Can you tell us anything you've learned about the well-being of people on Earth working in the paranormal or spiritual fields? Are there safety concerns?
It says that when she was here and she was doing that, it was all quite new. She says most people who work in the energies, who do the mediumship, they are well versed in utilizing their energy. There's more knowledge. There's more knowledge of how and work and of how to preserve your energy, use your energy, whether to expend your energy. It's almost like she says, I wish I knew then what people know now, of just how to work with it. She says that it's not so much her and what it's not, it's a part of it, but there's something to say that the energies when she was doing it were a lot thicker. She's like, oh, you can do it. Okay. She says that the physical body, when she was doing it, and the energies of her body, she actually vibrated at a very high frequency, which was very contrast to most everybody around. However, those that she was communicating with, she communicated mostly with those that have crossed over, like not high spiritual, but ones that are, because I'm getting more like astral planing. There's heavier energies. She said it was heavier. It's dense. And I'm seeing spiritual beings. She showed me spiritual beings that are like crossed over loved ones. No, she did a lot of channeling of crossed over loved ones, or working with those that have crossed over. But so the energy of those spirits were very dense and very heavy. And so in order for her to match, it was dense. it was heavy. So that's what contributed to it mostly. So it's more like where we have, let's say people go to rehab or go to therapy. There's like rehab therapy for spiritual, where the energies that once stayed here, the spirits that once were heavy here in fear and heaviness, there's been rehabbing going on. Like you could still make progression in the spiritual realm. You know, if Aunt May passed away and she was really cranky and angry and had a lot of fear and had trauma in her life, where one would stay in that astral or walk the planes of here in that heavy energy and in that anger and in that lower, there's been like rehab of some sort. And she's progressed and progressed and progressed, so that now when they communicate through, or as others communicate, like let's say someone just recently passed, they're in a more lighter light. She was a very old soul and very versed, and she had not had incarnation after incarnation after incarnation here. She says that she was brought forth here to plant seeds. So she's very media friendly.
She founded the American Society of Psychical Research, or she was very much involved. She started one of those. She was known as a parapsychologist, as well as a medium, so she was very into the science of it too. So that's why she was involved in a lot of experiments.
But I kept also getting book media, like it was public, of some sort.
Well, there are definitely a lot of papers and studies and books.
That went public.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so celebrities it's going public, going out. She was very out, and there was a following. Well liked.